ACS Library. My name is Kyle and I aim to help you prepare for the private pilot check ride for free in just 5 minutes a day. Today is a very special day because we finally finish up that navlog that we've been working through. The previous video covered time information. I will provide a link in the description. I will also provide a link to the video covering climb information. Finding fuel burn during climb is explained in depth in that video. In order to find fuel burn during cruise, we refer to our aircraft's POH. In today's video, we'll be using a 1978 Cessna 172 November model. Beginning with the table of contents, look for the performance section. Once we've turned to section 5, we can check the table of contents there to find the cruise performance chart. Remember to read the notes before beginning. Simply find the pressure altitude nearest yours. We are cruising at 10,500 and our pressure altitude is near 10,000. Next, find the temperature nearest the conditions at the time of your flight. We have found a temperature of 9 degrees Celsius at 10,500 feet. Standard temperature at 10,500 is -6. We are about 15 degrees above that, so we will gather our information for the 20 degrees above column. Lastly, we'll look for our desired RPM setting of 2500 as seen in our notes. And once we have done this, we are left with our expected cruise fuel burn of 6.5 gallons per hour. We can transfer that information over to our navlog. Next, we must find the fuel burn for each individual leg. To do this, we'll whip out our handy-dandy E6B flight computer and follow these instructions outlined in red. I've provided a link in the description for anyone who does not yet own an E6B. We'll align the indicator with our expected gallon per hour of fuel burn. Once that's done, find time on the inner circle and fuel burn for that leg on the outer circle just opposite time. Using our cruise leg as an example, let's align our indicator, marked in blue, with our expected fuel burn of 6.5 gallons per hour marked in red. Once we have those aligned, find the estimated time en route of 6.9 minutes on the inner circle, and opposite of that on the outer circle, we find our fuel burn for this leg, 0.75 gallons. If you're wondering whether to pick 75, 7.5, or 0.75 gallons, it's simple. Just pick the value that makes the most sense. There's no way in hell the Skyhawk could ever burn 75 gallons of fuel in 6.9 minutes unless you threw a match straight into the tanks. 7.5 gallons in under 7 minutes only makes sense if you take off without screwing the fuel tank cap back on. So the most realistic fuel burn for the Cessna is 0.75 gallons in 6.9 minutes. We can round that 0.75 to a 0.8 and transfer this information over to our navlog now. When determining fuel burn during descent in the Cessna, I typically use cruise fuel burn. Normally, the throttle is reduced during descent, lowering fuel burn. By using the higher value to determine fuel burn, we end up with a slightly more conservative flight plan. If your aircraft's POH is equipped with descent data, like a Piper Archer, please refer to the information found on that page of the POH instead. Once we've found fuel burn for each leg, we can add these values up to find our total expected fuel burn. FAR 91-151 states that no person may begin a flight in an airplane under VFR conditions unless there is enough fuel to fly to the first point of intended landing and, assuming normal cruise speed, continue onward for 30 more minutes during the day and 45 at night. We can depart with an extra hour's worth of fuel just to be safe. It's never a bad idea to have a little extra in the tanks. Referring back to our navlog, we can plan to depart with no less than the required 6.1 plus our hourly fuel burn of 6.5 gallons for a total of 12.6 gallons of fuel for this specific flight. This concludes today's video over fuel burn. This also concludes the video series over how to complete a navlog. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this process. I also really hope this series of videos has cleared up a bit of the confusion and fear associated with filling out a navlog. Good luck with your future navlogs, and please feel free to ask questions anytime you get stuck on your own navlogs. I'll try to respond promptly. If you've enjoyed watching, I hope that you might like or share this video. Remember to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications, and I hope you'll feel welcome to post any comments in the comments section. Additionally, if you'd like to see some videos over finding climb, descent, or cruise data or any other part of the navlog for other trainer aircraft besides the Skyhawk, please don't hesitate to comment with the aircraft you fly and I can start working on those videos. Thanks again and safe flying.